Hello, everyone. As you can see, we're at the weekly Prime Minister questionnaire.
Now today we have one question in mind.
What might that be?
Well, the question is appeasement a mistake?
Appeasement was used after World War I when Chamberlain wanted to do everything to make sure Britain didn't go to war.
Chamberlain would lead France and other countries to do everything that Hitler wanted. In March 1935, Hitler began rearming, which was against the rules of the League. The response of the West was that they didn't agree with what he was doing, but in the end they took no actions.
The next year, in March 1936, German troops reoccupied the Rhineland. This was the land between Germany and France, which was taken when they signed the treaty. Hitler and his troops slowly started moving onto the land, and when they went, the West did nothing about it. He kept going on.
When Hitler took control of Austria, Britain and France ignored their pledge to protect Austria, therefore allowing Hitler to have control of Austria.
Lastly, when Hitler wanted the Sudetenland in September of 1938, the League agreed to have a conference in Munich, where Chamberlain allowed him to have the land, as Hitler said it would be the last thing he would take. Britain thought that they had preserved peace with the Munich Agreement.
Churchill did not agree with appeasement, though, as he felt that Hitler was lying about stopping after receiving this land.
Now let's stay tuned to figure out if appeasement was a mistake. Who am I speaking here with today?
Grant Henninger,
Hudson Floor.
Josh Solinga.
Ishita Singh.
Dylan Wong.
Mr. Clark.
In your personal opinion, do you think appeasement is a mistake?
I think appeasement is a huge mistake.
Why?
Because we are giving Hitler everything he needs to go out and start a whole new Germany and take over all of Eastern Europe.
I personally believe appeasement is horrible. It gives Hitler the rights to obtain more land, even though he says he's not going to.
I think appeasement is good. During World War I, 800,000 British fathers died, and with the new technology and stuff, that will be increased if another war happens.
I just look at it from the standpoint of a bully. What would I do if there was a bully? I would not give him my lunch money. I would do everything that I possibly could to stop him. So I think that's what they should have done. So appeasement, I think, was a mistake.
I think that appeasement is bad because countries are like giving into other countries and they're just showing that they're very weak.
I think appeasement was a mistake because Britain and France, they were in need of some reassurance. So in order to be safe and get ready for another war, they gave appeasement to Hitler in Germany in order to have more time to prepare.
Today I'm joined with the leader of the minority party, Mr. Churchill. Now, why do you suspect that Hitler would be lying about his intentions?
Because he's insane. He's already conquered 2 European countries. Who's saying he's going to stop at just 2?
Now, after looking over the Munich Agreement, you said there can never be absolute certainty that there will be a fight if one side determines that it will give away completely. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So basically, if we come to an agreement where a different country has to compromise, it will always end in tension, and there will always be tension in Europe if this is not settled via war.
And finally, you suggest that rather than it appears, Hitler, that Britain should make a grand alliance. Why do you think this?
We make a grand alliance unifying both France, Britain, and Russia. Germany faces the same problem as the First World War, of a battle on 2 fronts, and they'll discourage them from mobilizing.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm here with Mr. Chamberlain, and today we're going to be asking him a couple questions. Do you truly think that giving Hitler what he wants is the best way to preserve the peace? Why?
I believe that giving Hitler what he wants is the best way to preserve peace, because either way he's going to take it, so we might as well do it without the loss of lives.
What makes you think that Germany will not go crazy again, like during World War I?
I think that they won't go crazy again like World War I because they have no reason to if we give them what they want.
Do you think that Britain will come to regret giving Germany more power?
I don't think Britain will regret giving Germany more power because Germany has no reason to attack us.
Make Hitler feel as powerful as he believes he is. During the 1930s, Britain had big problems. Money for another country that prioritizes progression in our economy.
Moved out to a new city. June is dawning down on me. That I can find a sickly romance in the air. Lovers stroll without a care inside. Ooh, this can't be right.
So as you can see, a lot has been happening here so far.
Let's take a recap on what's been happening today.
The question that really had an impact was Josh's. He talks about how we don't have the right materials right now to be starting a war. Due to the fact that warfare has changed, we would have less of a chance at succeeding. Lauren also brings up the idea that why should we go to war if our economy is weak and suffering? She believes that it is Britain's best interest to take time to build up their army and economy before getting into a war.
For me, a question that spoke out was Hudson's question. He brought up how we basically handed the Sudan land to Germany for free, giving up key defensive strategies for the Czechoslovakian people, using the mountains as straight up free protection and their bases that are set along the land. That's it so far. We'll come back to you when more questions are done.
'Cause the sun's engaged to the sky and my best friends found a new guy. I'm only getting older. I've never had a shoulder to cry or someone to call mine. Everybody's falling in love and I'm falling behind.
Mr. Churchill, how do you think this has gone for you so far?
I think it's going great. I think this Neville guy is getting absolutely cooked right now.
How do you think Mr. Churchill has been doing so far today?
Mr. Churchill has been doing absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen a better prime minister than Churchill. In fact, there really is no way to justify what Chamberlain did, and repercussions must be enforced to punish Chamberlain. He's still goofing off.
Very confident response. So, Mr. Chamberlain, how do you think you've done today?
I think I've done good, and even though my answers were short, I think they made a lot of sense and explained the questions pretty easily.
Very short, very concise answers. How do you think he has done today?
Oh my god, he's done so
Don't really
well.
care. End of the thing. Thank you. So, Mr. Clark, how do you think today's events went?
It was actually a little bit subdued. I was waiting for some more booing and cheering and stuff like that, so I'm not sure who kind of took the day on that note right there. There was a little bit of enthusiasm expressed by either side, but at the end of the day, some really good questions, some really good challenges, and we'll have to see what the future holds for our great nation.
In your opinion, what side do you think have a better argument?
The better argument? Well, there were some strong arguments made on both sides. Mr. Churchill, though, has some pretty strong things to say, and however, Mr. Chamberlain, though, kept driving home his points over and over again.
Well, thank you for your time.